been as we await these two teams. Canada A and Samoa A were very disappointed to have missed out on a place in the finals. Of course, Canada lost to Argentina last week, and Samoa, of course, lost to the home side, the Fiji Warriors. And there's the Samoan side that arrived into the stadium earlier on today, led by, of course, their captain, Patrick Fa'apale. And of course, Samoa started well in this tournament. As you see, the Samoan flag flying high with pride there. As we look into the Samoan changing room. And although Samoa had started well in this tournament, having beaten Tonga as well as Canada, they were unfortunate to lose last week. There's Patrick Fa'apale, the man who will be leading them this afternoon. Of course, they were unfortunate to have lost to Fiji last week, 42-20. And there's Kieran Hearn leading out the Canada A side, who were also unfortunate to lose to Argentina last week, 36 points to 15. And they'll be hoping for a better finish this afternoon in the third and fourth playoff. I'm also joined in commentary this afternoon by Ali Ferretti Modiluta, former Flying Fijian and FRU Development Officer. Ali Ferretti, just your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I'm calling to all the viewers in the last round and the final round of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge. Now we'll see the game between Canada and Samoa. These two teams already played in the second round, so today is decided for who will be in the third and fourth position. Now by looking at Samoa had a bad luck last week. Now they're trying to be in the final, but no bad luck for them. They didn't qualify for the game against the Warriors. Canada's they're moving up slowly, so they got to be finished with a high note as well today. Try to be in the third position. So after the game today, we'll decide who's going to be in the third and fourth position.
And of course, very key as well in that back line will be Patrick Fa'apale. We saw him earlier on, but we're expecting running rugby from the Samoans. But let's not forget Titi Esau, who was outstanding in the match last week against the Fiji Warriors, who kept them in play for most part, having slotted in those long distance goals. What about him, Ali Ferretti?
That's one of the key players. They've been depending on him a lot, especially kicking goals. So now Canada have to be careful of the penalties today. Whenever on the field, the Samoan fullback can kick any goals from any length.
And of course, these are the very lanky forwards for the Canadians. Of course, they've been very impressive. The back rows, Seth Pearson, Alistair Clark, and Callum Morrison. And of course, there's their coach, Kieran Crowley, who also spoke to Fiji TV earlier on this week on the Breakfast Show, talking about his appearance at the 1987 Rugby World Cup, when New Zealand won at home for the first time. And that, of course, was the first World Cup. And their coach, Kieran Crowley, that was a proud moment for him, having represented New Zealand and winning the World Cup at home. Of course, that's the Samoan A lineup that will be led by Patrick Fa'apale. But the man to look out for as well is Titi Esau, the fullback, who has this amazing ability to land those long distance goals, as we saw in the match against the Fiji Warriors last week. Also impressive, Andrew Williams, the hooker, as well as the back row, Francis Ofo, One Fa'afo, and Nizan Aitoi. And of course, the Canadians, of course, Kieran Hearn maintains his position at centre. He's been impressive as well for the Canadians, having played at fullback in the first match. But of course, their outstanding forwards as well will be really a force to be reckoned with, Ali Ferretti.
Yeah, the forward Canadian fullback, they've set a platform for the backs. The Canadian captain, number 18, Sharon, now has been leading by example, taking the ball to the advantage line, creating overlap and creating gaps for the support players to come in.
And let's not forget their winger, Phil McKenzie, has already scored a hat-trick as well at this World Rugby Pacific Challenge. It's the final day, and this is the third and fourth playoff. One of these two teams will finish on top, but in their match when they last met, It was Samoa that won a closely fought match against Canada by 19 points to 17. We'll see in the next 80 minutes whether that will be a similar result for the Samoans or it'll go the Canadians' way. Your thoughts, Ali Ferretti?
Yeah, now I'm betting on Samoa's going to be display another good performance today, apart from the disappointing loss last week. But we lost up to the Canadian team. They're a very good team as well.
And of course, the Samoan team were also guests on the Fiji One breakfast show, and they really entertained the viewers here in Fiji and right around the Pacific. We saw another side of them, very entertaining, very funny as well, and it was nice to see, particularly for the viewers here in Fiji and across the Pacific. And wherever you're joining us today for our live coverage, we'd like to welcome you, whether it's here in Fiji or across the Pacific, particularly for our friends in Samoa, Talofa. I'm sure you'll be backing your team for this important match as it goes deep into the Canadians. Have recovered that well. That was Jordan Wilson-Ross with a nice take for the Canadians. McCrory, of course, also a standout player for the Canadians as they run it out quickly through Phil McKenzie, who's already scored a hat-trick in this tournament. Oh, nice work there from Seb Pearson. Canada in control at the moment. Kieran Hearn. Great defensive work there from the Samoans to stop him.
It's good to see one of the top local referee as well, Kaveni, who's controlling one of the finals this afternoon.
Kaveni Taleme Valangi is the referee. Nizam Aitui. Rather, that was Seb Pearson for the Canadians. Oh, unforced area there. So early nerves from the Canadians, but great defensive work as well from the Samoans. Oh, just couldn't get that pass away.
It's good phase play by the Canadian. A bit like they've lost that ball. No, they've been recycled the ball fast and shifting the ball across. A bad luck to the number 4, just knocked the ball out.
That's Aaron Flagg. Just took his eye off it and lost it in the process. And it was unfortunate there too for the Samoans. They had an opportunity, but just rushed it a bit. So great conditions for the final day of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge, and hasn't it been a great time for Fiji, particularly as host, Ali Ferretti?
Yes, good weather of rugby today. It should be the Fiji Warriors in the afternoon, so all of us have been looking forward to that game.
25 degrees here in the capital city, Suva in Fiji. We're expecting lower temperatures of 22 and a high of 29, but it's been pretty cloudy as well. But great weather for final day of rugby.
Very powerful scrum from the Canadian. First scrum, now they just work together, just push the Samoan scrum back.
Taken by McCrory to Pearson. There's Kieran Hearn. Oh, that pass went right out into touch.
Miscommunication by the Canadian captain and number 11, Phil McKenzie.
There's the lanky form of Kieran Hearn, who's been impressive over the 3 weeks of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge. And I'm sure we might see a lot more of him and come the World Cup in September, Ali Ferretti.
Yes, of course. He's been playing for the Canadian national team as well. Now one of the very key players, and every time we take the balls, we just go forward.
Andrew Williams throws long. It's a bit scrappy, but it's taken by the Canadians. And it was knocked on by the Canadians there. As we see that once again. Oh, yep, from Evan Olmsted. Knocked it forward.
It's okay. The two at the back. Okay, yeah, right.
A bit scrappy start for the Samoans. The scrums, the first scrums have been pushed back. So now I think they will work together in the second scrum and try to hold the Canadian.
Pele Kauli will feed into this scrum for the Samoans. The scrum held well there for Samoa. Patrick Fa'apale, he's the key man in the back line. Spreads it out quickly to the big winger, Falenui Iosi. Great strength to keep position in field, Iosi. Fa'apale once again to his forward, that's Faoso Afiafi. Laid it back nicely, Pele Kauli. Andrew Williams working hard there. The Canadians wanting to rip that off, but they've done well, the Samoans, through Samuel Ayono, but they've lost it.
Falling on the wrong side.
Referee penalizing the Canadians there.
A very good go forward momentum by the Samoan. No, they just keep the ball short, using those big forwards running into space, breaking the advantage line.
So great momentum there from the Samoans. The first glimpse of them in this first half, Alfredi.
Yes, now they put everything together. Now the second scrum was good. Now they're trying to put something on the board now.
And that's what they've been doing so far, milking the penalties because they've got the man to slot it in for them. If it's not Patrick Fa'apale, it's Titi Asau, their fullback, who's a expert as far as the long distance goals are concerned. He landed about 6 last week in the match against Fiji, and he really kept them in the game. As Patrick Fa'apale raises the flags, and Samoa take a lead in this match, 3-0.
Good start by the Samoan. Now they've got 3 points on the board now. Now they have to be patient with everything. Now just keep it simple. Now the forwards running into the ball and run hard. Now just create space and try to move the ball wide to the backs.
It's been nice to see the transition that Patrick Fa'apale has made as well. We've seen him a lot in in the sevens game, but it's nice to see him make a great transition to the 15s game, Alfredi.
Yeah, he's one of their key players now. No, he dictates the game well. Now his vision and he controls the ball as well. Now between the backs and the forwards.
Kieran Hearn kicks it way up high. Gave the Samoan forwards enough time to recover.
Get it back!
As Pele clears it to Fa'apale, and Fa'apale will kick it downtown. Chasing it back there is Pat Kay. He's got Kieran Hearn outside him. Passes it to him. Hearn. That looked forward to Ross. Referee lets it go. Great counter-rucking from the Samoans. Have they got possession? Yes, they have. Great work from the Samoans. No, they don't have it. Evan Olmsted takes it forward for the Canadians. They did great work there to recover possession.
One of the Samoan using his hand on the ruck. Not allowed to use your hand. You can use your feet if you want.
Francis Sofoli. Pearson clears it into touch. And Seb Pearson as well has really controlled the game well for the Canadians, and they, as you can see, that they're also opting for a shorter line out, Alfredi.
Yes, the Canadian pack, they've got some very tall lock forward, and that's why they call the short man line out.
Kieran Hearn, Pat Kay wanted to pass it backwards, but it's gone into touch.
Join in, you're back.
So Kaveni penalizing the Samoans
you're not
there.
participating in the line out, go back to the 10. You can't hang around in the 10. Okay? Offside.
Offside there from the Samoans. So Seb Pearson's going to take them closer into Samoan territory. They're trailing by 3 points.
Both teams have to take control of the ball. No? Sometimes when they go into contact, they lose possession. So they must be careful and look after the ball. Recycle and just keep the continuity going.
So they're opting for a longer line out now, the Canadians. Change in options at the line out. As Benoit Pifero will throw into this lineup for the Canadians. Are we expecting them to drive off this, Ali Ferretti?
By looking at the setup, so I think they'll go for off the top.
Well timed there, just as we saw them while they were practicing at Bidesi Park before the match. So well executed there from the Canadians as they go on the short side, but Ross was met with a heavy tackle before he even got the ball. The referee penalizing them is taken quickly there by Gordon McCrory, the hard-working halfback for the Canadians. He spreads it quickly. Seb, Kieran Hearn, Pat Kay finds a gap, left it behind. It's still with the Canadians. They're very close now to the Samoan try line. Seb Pearson once again. Alistair Clark. McCrory again at the back to Seb Pearson. Looking for the gap. He finds it, Seb Pearson.
Good team play by the Samoans. They maneuver the ball away. They've shifted the ball across. The forwards working hard. Now when they recycle their ball back in, and easy try for them.
As you see that again, Seb Pearson was involved right from the start, and Alistair Clark took it forward. Here's McCrory working very hard back to Pearson, and look at that nice step, went right through three players and right underneath the sticks, and what a reply from Canada. McCrory takes them to 7 points to 3, and Canada in the lead for the first time as we see that once again. There's Seb Pearson, great vision from him, took on the two forwards, Andrew Williams and Oneone Fa'afo, as well as Francis Saufoli, and wow, what a great try for the Canadians.
There's no communication by the Samoan defense line. They've been quite, no one is shifting across to make the tackle.
And they definitely moved that ball pretty quickly, didn't they, Ali Ferretti?
Yes, the Canadian they shift the ball wide. No, it's very good recycle and fast ball from the breakdown.
Fa'apale kicks it way up high. Pat Kay was safe under that. Kieran Hearn steps one way and goes the other. Left it back. Alistair Clark. He was involved in that first try. Oh, it's come to the Samoan side. Bit scrappy at the moment. Picked up by McCrory. Great hands from the Canadians. They're going on the short side. McCrory once again to Seb Pearson, the try scorer. Kieran Hearn. They spread it out wide. Ross has to turn back to get that. What a step. But he was met in a heavy tackle there from Falenu Ioasi.
Solid tackle from the Samoan players. Now they got to be patient.
Well, temp is just flaring at the moment.
Stay back.
Oneone Fa'afo has been called up by the referee.
Get back. Get back.
Samoa are going to keep their discipline.
Go on.
All those late tackles just coming up.
You stay back. Leave the ball alone. Leave it. Good. Okay. He's already in the tackle. Just make sure he uses his arms. Okay. Use his arm. Okay. There's one in there. That's the next one. Next one, you know what's going to happen. Okay. So you talk to them. Right? No more.
So Kaveni just telling the Samoan boys, no more of that. Otherwise, they will be penalized. Somebody will be sent to the naughty corner. And Seb Pearson clears it once again.
They're going to use their arm to wrap around and do this, and make sure they complete the tackle.
As we see that once again, that was Pat Puffrey. And there's a late one there. Shoulder charge. And referee was right there, saw it.
Easy. Okay.
That was lucky as well, he didn't have a card. Should be a yellow card.
Scrum or line out? Scrum. Right, this your mark. Yep.
It's the last tournament referee. You might as well just give them a chance there. Pele Kaoli ready to fit into the Samoan scrum.
Set. Hold. Bind. Over. Wait. Is this just the second scrum? Bind. Body.
One of the Samoan Canadian player was not binding. No, should make a complete bind. If not, you will be penalized.
So just giving away easy penalties there, Canada. They're already leading 7 points to 3. And wow, what a touch finder there from Patrick Fa'apale. Takes them within the 5-meter line, Canadian territory.
I think one of the Canadian flankers, number 6 or number 7, was not binding in the scrum.
So another opportunity here for the Samoans, trailing by 4 points after that great penalty from Patrick Fa'apale that got them a lead. Oh, nice take in there from the Samoans, and they run it in. Laid back nicely. Pele Kaoli just organizing the forwards there. Andrew Williams featuring prominently in that move. One Afo, they're going forward, almost just meters away from the try line. Canada desperately hanging on. Nizan Atui, it's still with the Samoans. Jack Gray laying it back there for his forwards. Pele Kaoli organizing the forwards. Pick up and drive once again. They're very close now, the Samoans. They go the other way through Williams. Still not there yet. Pele Kaoli, Patrick Fa'apale goes for it. He's held up at the moment, but it's very close. At the back there, One Fafo. The Canadians desperately defending their line. Pele Kaoli clears it once again. Patrick Fa'apale, nice short pass. And finally, is it over? No, it's still not. Great defensive work from the Canadians.
Good defense by the Canadians.
Wow, they're defending their line like men possessed, but I spoke too soon because the Samoa have gone over for the try, finally. But that took a while, and that's Andrew Williams.
Someone have been training hard to get into the try line. You know, they've been using those big forwards, pick and drive, a short drive. But the Canadian defense line was good. They just picked the players on the ground, just slowing down the ball.
Okay, Mini, did you see anything on the... No? Okay. I didn't see any clear grounding, so I'll go back for a 5-meter scrum. Okay, good. No try. Held up. Go back.
So
scrum.
not a try for Andrew Williams, unfortunately,
Held up.
as the referee did not see the grounding of that ball.
Good defense by the Canadian team. They're not allowed Samoa to cross over their line, so they've been working hard in defense.
Move up. Move up. You do the same.
So they went through several phases there, and the Canadians just defended their line. But they were under pressure once again.
Hold. Steady, Black.
Pele Kaoli held in the back there by Nizana Tui as he goes for it. Great tackle there from Seb Pearson. They spread it out wide. Kieran Hearn, great defense again there from the Canadians. Trying desperately the Samoans.
Speed.
Pele Kaoli. Oh, Samuel Iono And finally, Williams.
Good try by the Samoan team. No, they're really working hard. Those, no, they have some big forward back. You know, they just use that momentum going forward, pick and drive. You know, pick and drive until they reach the line.
Well, Andrew Williams was denied earlier on, but he wasn't going to be denied this time as Samuel Iono had taken it forward. There's the forward drive there from Andrew Williams. Finally, he's been given the try. And Samoa take a 1-point lead once again.
They're so dangerous, the Samoan team, when they're close to the try line. You know, they use their big back in just taking up the ball.
And Ali Ferretti, Andrew Williams just making sure, telling the referee, you denied me a try last time, but I'm going to make sure this time that I score the try.
Now they're over the line.
Patrick Fa'apale looks good. No, it doesn't go through. But the lead has changed once again. And Samoa hanging on to a 1-point lead thanks to this drive from Andrew Williams. Look at him go. That was Iono first. He laid it back. But look at Andrew Williams pick up and drive. And finally given that try. So Kieran Hearn has this rather elaborate routine before he does his kickoff. There he goes. Takes a few minutes to do that. Nizan Atui, he's played well for the Samoans as well. The big number 8.
Get it back.
Pele Kauli to Patrick Fa'apale, standing deep, kicks it way up high. Pat Kay decides to go for a run. Pat Kay links up with Kieran Hearn, left the ball behind, and a heavy tackle from the Samoans as well.
Good vision by the Canadian fullback, Pat Kay. You know, we see that gap, he just runs through the gap, but a good tackle by the Samoan.
Seth Pearson. Oh, a lucky bounce. Almost thought that was going to go too far, but there's Pat Kay, found the gap, and Kieran Hearn, great tackle there from One Fa'afo, and Kieran Hearn lifted behind. But the Canadians back hot on attack. Nice long throw from Benoit Piferoy. McCrory to Ross, but he's covered there by the Samoans. No way through that. McCrory once again to Aaron Flagg.
Rock 7! 7 blue! Rock! Holding red! 7!
McCrory once again to Seb. Kieran Hearn. Still standing and going, Kieran Hearn. Very impressive. There's Pearson once again. Looking for his second, but he's been held up by Patrick Fa'apale, his opposite. McCrory once again. And the hard-working Seth Pearson. Alistair Clark.
Living 7! Living 7.
Pat Kay comes in to help. Going back into heavy traffic, the Canadians at the moment. Almost there. McCrory decides to go the other way. Oh, they've lost it.
Good decision by the Samoan. They never contest, or compete in that mall. They just stay out. Good thinking by the Canadian as well. They just shift the ball to the blind side.
And you can actually just see the difference between the two sides. When it's the Canadians passing, it's a lot quicker, a lot more urgency than what we saw with the Samoans, Ali Ferretti.
Yes, you can see the Samoan, the Canadian. They just shift the ball across. You can see that they force the pass into their players. Who can just run into the ball and try to penetrate through the space.
And while we're waiting for McCrory to see if he can add the extra points, we'll join our sideline commentator, Choka Tamangio.
Yeah, I'm at the bench of the Canadians, and they've just informed us intention is to win this game, even though the original intention was to win the whole tournament. But this game this afternoon, they're here to win this game, and looking at their body language, they're full of confidence. And looking at this game.
Well, they're definitely full of confidence, the Canadians. As we wait for McCrory to see if he can add the extras.